All right, guys, so today we have a short clip of an engagement that we're in with two-man, and we're going to talk about why I think the MP7 player lost that fight in close quarters versus me, the Val player, and I think it has to do with his ammo choice. He hit us with maybe 2 rounds, and then the rest of his rounds went over our head, and there's a reason for that, and I think it's because of the ammo and his point fire was off. And we're going to go over both ammo, his ammo choices, and why I choose a different type of ammo if I use the MP7. And we're also going to show you guys how I learned to get better at point fire, and hopefully you guys can learn too. We'll see you guys in raid. All right, guys, so one thing that's important to do is slow walking around high traffic areas. Yeah, it took a lot of time off though. Remember when I played Caliber, I stopped playing Tarkov almost completely. This right here will allow you to hear other players and allow you to set up ambushes. Should we hit marked? We actually got a keycard holder and a Willer wallet from marked last time. Oh my god, I suck. Open the door. Alright, we're gonna loot. We'll full loot. Ooh, somebody's coming. I found this game when I was... So for some reason, the scav is shooting at us from outside. What? Super scary. I'm not going to go near that window. So because of that, we hear these players moving through the bushes. They're getting ready to make entry. Notice how we start with single fire for accurate shots. And then we switch to full auto to be able to suppress and induce psychological fear, as well as dominate the space. Full auto is a suppression tool primarily. If you can single fire to kill, do it because it's more accurate and better at the end. So here in a second, we're going to talk about why the MP7 guy didn't kill us. He missed almost all his shots. Oh, baby. Guess I'll take you. Oh, no. So this round is not a bad round, but it's not good if you want to... Like, so if this guy wanted to kill me, he could have, but it's so hard with FMJ. Like, FMJ is... It's got a lot of recoil, I believe. Let's check. So if you guys didn't already know, you can do exclamation ballistics. And we could check out the ammos that we have right here. So if you were to go to, what was he using, MP7? You can go all the way to the top if you want to really check it out. And he was using the MP7. Why can't I see it? I'm blind. There it is. It's for this one. Okay. So if you look at this, it's got the base recoil. So whatever the base recoil is on his gun, which we'll look at it right now, his recoil is 38. So imagine 38 recoil on a submachine gun that's a very fast fire rate. It's not bad, but if you look at subsonic, what does this say, guys? That's minus 22 recoil. Now, minus 22 recoil could be flat. Why would you use FMJ over subsonic? At the end of the day, it's still a reduction in recoil. A lot of people say, well, FMJ has better pen, right? Sure, it does. But when your gun goes down to 16 recoil, Exactly. This is 16 recoil with these rounds, and your accuracy goes up +10. And most players in Tarkov only wear level 4 helmets. So this, a 5 rating, means it probably takes 2 max to the head. And this thing has an RPM of 950. So he lost the fight because of the recoil. Right? So like, these are things you think about more as a player that's been playing longer. Or if you're able to manage the recoil, you can just use the gun with those rounds. Like, him using FMJ didn't actually help him at all. Does that make sense? Because he missed more rounds than he hit. Right? And honestly though, if we were to look at the value and how much it costs. So if you're a newer player in Tarkov, you always want to look at the charts to see what your rounds are doing, right? The rounds that you want to look forward to using are rounds that are going to pin level 4 helmets, because level 4 helmets are the only thing that most people wear, if they even wear anything, right? Like, most players who are dumb and don't wear a helmet at all, Subsonic's just going to slap them. So this person must have been a new player, because he would have known where I was based off the sounds I made on the stairwell. Like, watch this recoil. There's no recoil when this guy comes through. Look at his gun. 0 recoil. Like, what? That's like nothing. Okay, this is it. Look at that. He's going to open the door, and the point fire is just stupid. Like, people want you to be able to do that. Like, I don't ever aim down sights with submachine guns. It's stupid. You don't have to. It doesn't move. No, it's 16 recoil. It's basically one of the meta guns with the way they change recoil as well. This is a player scav, I think. He just walks right by. I didn't even hear him. Like, that is so dumb, right? Like, they want recoil. Like, that's like an arcade game recoil, you know? So, but I'll show you guys a little trick. If you want to practice point fire, so when you're point firing, you need to find your center of your screen, right? And this is different for every gun. And the further they're out, the less accurate it is, but it doesn't matter, right? So see, we shoot here. We line up this bullet with where your hand is on your left hand. So you see where my wrist is? That's basically center where my round will go. So if I were to point here, boom. Well, no, that won't work. That won't work. So see that? You can go further back. This is why a lot of kids get dunked on. And it's not always accurate, but as you can see, it's because there is a little bit of sway. But another way to check this is you can basically, where you're aiming right here, you can back up and you can see where your center of your screen is where the back of your hand is. It's different for every gun, but this is how you get better at point firing, because you kind of get a general sense of where the center of your screen is and where your muzzle's pointed. If you line the person up with your hand, for instance with this gun, I know that we're going to hit center mass, right? So that's how you get better at point firing in Tarkov, is just understanding that basic concept. Like, see how crazy that is? That's why guys who've been playing for a long time will shit on people, because they understand that. So, see where my hand is? So, same thing. Back of my hand, based on where we're at right here. So So now I'm further back. You just have to adjust a little bit. Like, I can't see my hand, but I know exactly where it is, right? Yeah, so sometimes it's your knuckles or it's like your wrist. Crazy, right? And then we'll check out the other gun. So this is a different gun. So once again, we're trying to figure out where the center is. This is a longer gun, so it may be a little different. So center is going to be basically top of our knuckle, right? For this one. So you see, like, further we get back. This is why you don't need a laser, guys. A lot of people use lasers and they get carried away with using them. But you don't need a laser. Lasers help, like in really, really close quarters and stuff. But lasers give away your position. Like, if you have a friend that runs with a laser on the whole time, those are the people I love to see running around because it lets me know exactly where they are, right? And when people run in general, it just helps quite a bit. So, also another thing, guys, hideout. You definitely want to work on your hideout because if you look here, once we maxed out shooting range, we get combat boosts and stuff like that.